E equals mc². We all know it. Your mum knows it. Your cat probably knows it. We all know that Einstein came up with it and it's really important. But why? Well, here it is in a nutshell. Now, in this formula, E stands for energy and M stands for mass. Now, mass is like matter. It's like atoms. It's stuff that makes up everything. Never trust an atom. Why? They make up everything. And C is just a constant for the speed of light. And the speed of light goes at about 300 million meters in a second. So that goes around the Earth about 7.5 times in 1 second. So all this formula tells us really is that energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. And the speed of light squared is a constant. So basically, it's just saying that mass is energy and energy is just mass. A mass that isn't even moving has a whole lot of energy. 1 kilogram of stationary mass has the same energy as 1,600 Hiroshima nuclear bombs. In fact, two me's, like me and my twin or something, both 80 kilograms-ish, if you could put us in some kind of magic machine that could turn us into pure energy, which doesn't exist yet, then we could power the entirety of the USA for 1 whole year. So the next time someone comes to you and says, I'm feeling pretty low on energy today, it's not true. So why should I care? Well, practically speaking, it's helped us to create nuclear energy and understand the formation of the universe. So it's a pretty big deal. But furthermore, it's just really interesting because what even is energy really? Energy is really hard to describe because it's not a thing. It can do stuff, it can make things happen, it can manifest itself in terms of heat and sound and other forms. Maybe in its purest form, it's best to think of it as something like light, because a light ray has no mass whatsoever, but it's got a whole load of energy. So now we have a world where this invisible massless quantity energy can create matter and atoms and stuff out of absolutely nothing. So this is where really cool science fiction ideas have come about, like the idea of beaming someone up, turning their matter into pure energy and shooting them at the speed of light somewhere else in the universe and then beaming them back into their matter. Or creating a machine that could use pure light energy to create a burger. Think big. In the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, they smash particles into each other, and you can think of it like they're trying to work out what's inside of them. But what they're actually doing now is they're smashing them together at such a high energy that energy is creating brand new particles out of nowhere that only exist for a fraction of a second, and we don't even really know why they exist. They've even used laser beams to create matter out of pure light. All of a sudden, the divide between matter and non-matter is bridged. And this really gets the imagination going, because this cup is matter and my brain is matter. But what about the thoughts that my brain has, or the dreams that I have at night, or my memories, or consciousness itself? Where does that fit into it? Is that energy? Is this all essentially just the same stuff? And physics, in a lot of ways, has been a journey into bridging things that we thought were separate. Newton worked out that the gravity that causes this pen to drop is exactly the same force that is causing the planets to remain in orbit around the stars. Maxwell unified electricity and magnetism. Einstein unified space-time and unified mass and energy. Two things that we always thought of as complete different entities are now being totally equivalent. In the words of Einstein, mass and energy are both different manifestations of the same thing. And now in physics, we're looking for a theory of everything, a theory that unifies all of the universe. And it's interesting because at the heart of superstring theory, which is one of the current theories of unification, is this idea that on its basic level, everything in reality is made out of these subatomic, tiny, one-dimensional vibrating strings. In other words, vibration is at the heart of all reality. Einstein said, everything in life is vibration. What we see around us as solid reality is really just an interpretation that we can understand, that our brains can perceive. So now we see the world in a totally different light. This matter, these atoms that we're all made of, they're just manifestations of a deeper reality. And in a sense, you, me, everything around us, we're made of pure vibration or pure energy.